Hey, what's going on, guys? But it's a nice, bright, sunny day. I got this little umbrella over top my phone. Yeah, you guys can see part of it right here. I'm gonna see if it'll help me with the glares on the phone. But it looks like it's not. Kind of hoping it would, but at the same time it's not. Look. Oh man, maybe I should have wore my my thin jacket at least. Yeah, I should have worn my thin jacket. Because when I was out here checking the weather earlier, like, you see that it's nice and sunny. It feels great outside. And it wasn't that windy. So I went back in, got dressed, drank some water, got all my shit, and then got distracted, watched a couple videos. About 15 minutes later, here we are. And now it's a bit more windier. So yeah, I should have grabbed my, at least my thin jacket. Because that would have acted as a windbreaker. Because although I'm wearing my t-shirt and my hoodie, it's a thin hoodie. Like, it's a thin hoodie for like summertime. So this wind just pierces through the cloth. And whoo, it's chilly. But oh well, sure. I could, you know, pause the stream, go back home, grab my jacket real quick, but that's fine. Yeah. Of course she is. Take some of these deep breaths. Oh, that was a bad idea. Somebody's smoking nearby. I just got a whiff of the smoke. Oh, shit. Oh my God. These chilly temperatures are making me want to yawn so much. Wow, I like how I just went to go spit in the wind and just blew it back on me. Some bullshit, ain't it? Oh my God, I forgot about that dead skunk on the side of the road. Oh my God, that smells disgusting. Because now you got the leftover spray from the skunk smell, plus the rotten corpse, and ooh. Well, it's Saturday. One more week to go for February. And then March is upon us. Which is great. Because my diet ends on the 5th of March. And then a month from that, we head to Asia. So we're like roughly what, 40 days-ish before I leave? And it seems like my weight, my body has adapted to the fasting and my entire dieting plan. So now it looks like I'm stable around 220. I don't know if it's going to drop any more by the time it's, time for my physical or not. But I mean, hey, we got down to 220. That's I was 260 like 2 months, almost 3 whole months ago, So technically in 2 months, we dropped almost 40 pounds. We'll say about 35. And then this last 3 weeks, we've dropped, that rest of that 5 pounds at a slower rate from where our body is adapting. So I should be able to go back to like eating normal, I guess, for a month. And if I was wanting to try to cut weight again, then we could probably do this again for like a month or two. That'd be a neat little experiment to try, It would make for a hell of a YouTube video. Take an average fat guy, do something proven that actually works, instead of all these people trying to, doing all these crazy diets, taking snake oils and shit like that. We're in the wrong spot. Here we go. I hear sirens and everything, but I don't see where they're at. Sounds like they're behind us. cool, both cars stopped on both sides. I could have went ahead of time, but I didn't know that truck pulling out. Couldn't really tell if he was making a right or left turn. And I didn't want to walk out in front of him if he was making a right turn. And he didn't. At least from what I could tell anyways. But it didn't look like he had a turn signal on either. How you doing? Sounds like the birds are out today. Hey, what's going on? We're just out for a nice walk today. Damn, and that gust of wind all day yesterday still didn't take out that damn wasp nest. That shit's over there hanging strong. When we get up here, we'll stop and zoom in on it. There's a decent sized wasp nest hanging up in one of these trees above a creek. On the other side there's railroad tracks. Yesterday it was just flailing around in the end like a balloon stuck in a gust of wind. And it just never fell. Let's see, where is it at? It's hard for me to see sometimes because of the glare on my screen. Yeah, some bitches up there still strong. I was hoping that gust of wind's gonna blow those bastards away. Who's going to do what? Talk about that wasp nest? Oh, it was, we had like 20-something mile an hour gust winds yesterday, and it was damn near constant all throughout the day yesterday. So I was kind of hoping that the wind itself was going to take care of that wasp nest. So I've been, like, I first noticed it like a few weeks ago. So I noticed it before this big old snowstorm. And I was hoping that the snowstorm was going to take care of it. But then the snow didn't take care of it. If anything, it put like a foot of snow at least on top of the damn thing. And then we had a thunderstorm. It didn't take care of it. We had friggin' 20-some mile an hour winds yesterday. It didn't take care of it. Like, god damn. And as far from what I was able to tell so far during these walks, that's the only like wasp nest I've seen. It's a pretty big fucker. Am I walking a lot today? I usually walk about 3 to 5 miles. So, and then during my walk, my stream will last anywhere between like an hour to hour and a half. And then when I go to Asia this spring, and I go walk around there too, I'm not sure how like the data is going to work with the phone and everything, but I'll try and stream for like an hour or 3 while I'm out walking around during the day or nighttime when I'm in Asia. I just started live streaming my walks recently, about a few weeks ago. But I started this, usually I like to walk this path all the time. But I didn't really walk it last year. And then I decided to start walking and losing some weight back on December 1st. So I've been on this like hardcore walking and dieting plan for like the last almost 3 months now, since December 1st. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. No, I'm not super fit at all. I'm an average American male. I am 5'8" and currently 220 pounds. Just a Marine veteran who just likes to walk. In kilograms, so 220 is about 100 kilograms. All last year I was 118 kilograms, and then I started walking and fasting and eating at a caloric deficit back on December 1st, and now I'm down to 100 kilograms. I reached 99 kilograms this past Monday, but I had just came off a 47-hour fast, and then all this week I've been at 100. So I'm kind of hoping that when I start my 47-hour fast tonight and skip Sunday's feeding, that hopefully it'll trigger my body to be at 99 kilograms the coming week. How light was I in the Army? Well, as a Marine, because if you're not familiar with the U.S. military, we got Marines and Army. So I was in the Marine Corps, and I was, what is that in kilograms? I have no idea. I was around 175 pounds to 181 pounds, depending on, what all I ate and how that week was. So maybe around 80 kilograms, 80 to 90 kilograms, some shit, I don't know. So like, I was light, but I was still on the heavier side. Which probably doesn't make any sense. Technically speaking, yeah. I consider myself retired. I didn't retire from the military, but I do consider myself retired now. If anything, I'd probably be more of a disabled veteran if we go by labels. So I don't want to say retired, because I didn't do, you know, like a full 20 years in the military and got out. I did my 4 years honorably. And got out. What sort of job can you do outside the military? You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. Especially, so depending on what your job was too, in the military, like you can go into the military for a specific job and then get all that experience, training, certification, and then transfer that into the civilian sector. But like, even if you go in basic infantry, like even a lot of those guys, they get out, they still do either some type of civilian or federal job. So a lot of people, they'll have it in their head too, like me, I was an infantryman. So a lot of them will get out with the mindset of, well, I didn't really develop any skills for the civilian world as an infantryman. So a lot of them would try to stick with something like law enforcement or other first responder field, or maybe go into like corrections or security or something. But that's because they're too focused on their actual military job as an infantry guy and don't think it can actually translate into the civilian world. Whereas specifically like in the Marine Corps, a lot of us are actually taught leadership traits, and whether we realize it or not, have perfected leadership skills to where you could go into all sorts of industries when you get out and be able to adapt to that field and be able to take up leadership positions too. That's why, like a lot of veterans, when they get out too, they'll start, you know, veteran-owned businesses and shit. Like, it doesn't teach you anything about business, but the military, like the U.S. government, does provide, you know, college programs. So technically, the world is your playground, and what you do with the knowledge that's given to you and the benefits given to you depends on whether you hold yourself back or you push yourself forward. So it is going to depend sometimes, like, on your own personal mindset, as well as the people you hang out with. And that's also going to depend on your friends as well as your family. Like, you could have one of the most successful mindsets in the world, but if you allow your own personal friends or even your family to leech off of you and hold you back, you've got no one to blame but yourself. So I found me something to do. Technically, yes and no. So I've been out for, say, 16 years, right? And I didn't have any mentors or anything to help guide me, in a sense, from when I got out. That's how I know a lot of veterans get stuck in this rut. So when you get out, you think you don't really have anything to do. And then I went to college. I didn't graduate. My first ex-wife, she didn't want a nerd for her husband, so she had me quit schooling and wanted me to try to get into like law enforcement or some shit. But that shit I realized was too political, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me. But then after I left her, I got back into the IT world and got into like software development and shit like that too. So I have a bit of an IT background, even though I am just I served my 4 years and was just an infantryman. So it all depends on who's around you, who you acquaint yourself with, any connections that you meet, and just how far you think you can actually push yourself. But I'm at the point now to where, with my age and everything, I suffered some injuries from the Marine Corps and shit, and now like I would like to be able to run, although I hate running. But all that heavy pounding on my feet, you know, from running compared to walking, I wouldn't be able to go this long. My back would be in so much pain. Like even just walking like this long so far, like we've been live for almost 35 minutes. And my shoulders are already killing me and aching with pain and shit. It's more specifically my right shoulder. It gets irritated extremely easy. Especially since it's my dominant arm. I was looking for cars because I could go around on the right, but that's actually really thick mud. So it's better just to walk on the road and go around it. I see a bunch of stuff popping up on my phone, but there's a glare on my screen. I can't tell what it is. Oh, they're bots. Oh yeah, it's a bot. I'll ban their ass when I get home. Unless my moderator's in the background hiding. She can do it. Oh, am I walking the loop? No, this is actually a straightforward path. I like to go up this way and turn around and then walk the opposite direction. Because when I start the live feed, I'll start it within about 5 minutes of the house. You know what I mean? And Yeah, I'll start it over by a friend's house and stuff. And then from there, I'll walk this entire path and then turn around and head back. And if I, depending on how I walk the route, or depending on where I turn around, like if I go over here, there's a stop sign at this main road, and then there's the crosswalk line on the ground. I'll walk to that line, turn around, and then I can either take this route and make it either 4 miles or 5 miles. But not that railroad track, but the other railroad track over there by the trail where it ended into the road. If we turn around there, we can extend the walk. Well, we can make the walk either go from 3 miles to 4 miles. And where's the shade? Well, I guess if I want to walk in that ditch over there, we can get in some shade. I'll be able to see the screen clearly once I get underneath these bridges. Now, if I was to keep going across the street up here, the bike path and the trail actually continues in that direction. And then we go over this bridge that we could walk or ride bikes on. And we'll walk over some railroad tracks in one of the bigger rivers in my city. But I always stop here at the stop sign. Now this summer, when it gets a lot warmer outside, well, not when it gets a lot warmer outside, but after I come back from Asia, I'll probably try to do some fishing streams, and we'll walk this same route and then walk down to the river with our backpack and stuff and like do some fishing. I'll bring my tripod, set it up with my power bank. And we'll see if we can catch any fish. Or if I just break everything instead. What the hell kind of turn was that? What the fuck? It looked like they were going to go left at first, but then changed their mind and swung right. So there's this like white line right here by the stop sign. We'll turn around right here. And then, depending on which direction I want to take, I can turn this route into either roughly 4 miles or 5 miles. 5 miles is roughly 7 to 8 kilometers. So I guess 4 miles is around 6 or 7 kilometers, I think. wonder if I can add a command for conversion table for weight and distance. Because I am so bad at math that, like, usually I gotta put my phone and type in the conversion rate myself to see what it is. And I bet there's a way to do it. Now we're walking into the wind, and it's piercing right through my hoodie. It was calm for a lot of this walk, but now it's kicking up again. Because the U-Haul truck, that's a truck we can rent. So if you need to move from like house to house, apartment to apartment, whatever, you can rent those trucks. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Ugh. This cold air, man, it's making me yawn so much. Man, someone hit this pretty hard. that bad boy falls over. It's got all kinds of electrical wires attached to it. I'm kind of glad that sun is out though, because it makes me feel warm, even though that wind is pretty chill. Ooh, was she driving while texting on her phone? You know, for a second there, for some reason, I thought the thick shadow marks on the ground in the middle of the road was street marks from tires. And it doesn't seem like it's out right now, but in this yard right here to our left, there's usually a small corgi that always runs up and down this fence barking at everybody. It doesn't look like it's out today. So the shade is nice, so I can see my phone screen better. But at the same time, when the wind blows through here, oh my God, it's so much colder. And I'm not wearing my thin jacket today because when I was checking the temperature outside earlier, I was like, damn, it feels pretty good. Oh look, we still got a little bit leftover snow over there fighting for its life. Let's go ahead and cross the street. Yeah, this last bit of snow right here. Yeah, that's pretty compact. That snow might actually make it another week. Because although it's nice and sunny outside, our temperatures are dropping again this week. And there's also a chance for more snow. So yeah, that pile of snow might actually make it. I just realized I don't remember stopping on this bridge and checking out the creek on our way passing it. We'll stop at it this time and take a look. Because I do like to check on these creeks every day when we walk by them. Maybe it's just I'm weird or something, but I like to check them out. Maybe it's like natural instincts or something, since it's a creek and there's water flowing through there. And it's like you feel calmer knowing that there's a water source. Although, modernly speaking, we know if we try to drink that shit without a life straw, we're going to have one hell of a bellyache. It'd be nice if the city, state, or whoever it is that maintains this path, if they would actually put up some like metal posts for lights. Have them on both sides, alternating. Or even parallel to one another. Although at the same time, I can understand why they don't. I bet a lot of like druggies or homeless would probably try and bust them out if they did. Damn shame there's no fish in here to fish. All right, time to be on our way. So for today's walk, we're going to push for the 5 miles. Because yesterday, I did a short walk. I did about 3 miles. And then I got chased by these 2 fucking dogs. Pieces of shit. They didn't chase after me far. It was just like, they came up behind me barking and shit. And I turned around, took my hat off. Well, took off my sunglasses first. And then I removed my hat. And I was using my hat to friggin' shoo them away and shit. But I didn't trust those fuckers. So I didn't turn my back on them at all. I just kept walking backwards. And then I was able to safely cross the road where I was at. And then continued walking backwards some more. And then the dogs went ahead and left the area and went back the opposite direction. That's the thing that sucks about being out here walking, you know? Some of these people have dogs for pets and don't properly raise them. So you never know if you're going to get attacked by some random ass dog. And then if you defend yourself from that dog, then people are going to be like, oh, you hurt the dog, that poor dog. And it's like, people are so fucking stupid. But it's still a nice day for a walk, though. After this, I'll go home, relax, and sit down and recover from all this walking. Because it does partially take its toll on me. So here's the train marker right across from the wasp nest over there. Got a little black doggy over here inside its yard. Oh wow, somebody hit that fence post. Oh, I wonder if it was maybe from that truck. I got stuck here that one time after the snowstorm or some shit. Because there was a truck stuck right here. And he was getting, frustrated, like emotionally frustrated. To the point to where I even had to stop helping him. Because he wasn't really listening. And he was probably putting me more in danger than himself trying to get out of his stuck situation. So I wonder if that damaged post was from him. It looks like the pack of dogs ain't up right now, because in this yard is a small pack of dogs, about roughly 6 chihuahuas, and then they'll have another dog or a puppy that's bigger than the chihuahuas leashed in the to a post in the yard. But I like to refer to them as like the little chihuahua gang. Like he has this one chihuahua, I swear it needs its own mohawk or some shit, because it has a missing eye. So it's got like its one eyeball and then like a scar of its other eye or some shit. It's like, I'm not a chihuahua fan, but when you have little cool packs of them and they all got their own little character and they look like their little gang, they're cool to look at. All right, let's see if we can cross this road safely. All right, so we are clear on the left, and yeah, we're clearish on the right. They're just not here yet. So if we go that way, we could turn this into a 4-mile walk. But if we go this way and then walk up to this main road, then we'll basically walk all the way in the same direction, and eventually we'll start heading back. Because I always stop at this convenience store. And then from the convenience store, basically we'll walk back to the road and then start heading back down to this direction, to where, it's not down this direction, like it's over in that area, but then I'll go home, and it's about 5 miles. Or roughly 5 miles. I guess depending on whether I'm walking on this side or that side. I guess we could say the inner or outer portion of the trails and sidewalks. Also help kind of like, dictate if we hit just 5 miles or if we go to like 5.2 miles. Something like that. So it all dictates. Where we walk along our path dictates everything. We got a plane up there in the sky. You guys probably won't be able to see it from this wide angle, especially with all my shaking. See if I stop for a little bit. There's the postman. Ooh, my right hand's a bit stiff. I'm holding the phone this whole time. It's like just doing this like hurts. Not because there's something wrong with my hand, but from where I've been holding my phone like this the whole time, and the wind and shit, you know, like it's like, oh, it's not frozen, but it made it stiff. So I'm trying to get that blood flowing to warm up my hand. Whew. Okay. Oh no. Downwind, walking into the wind, and there's that dead skunk up here. We can smell it all the way down here. Whew. I bet that dog was loving the snow. Now we can talk. So we just passed the roadkill. It was a skunk. But now that we're walking into the wind, the smell, from that skunk is blowing downwind. And if I was to try to talk, I'd be inhaling that shit through my mouth. Ugh. I thought this kid was trying to someone play chicken with his cars, trying to find a spot to run. But now I noticed we're playing with the ball. I don't know if it's just one kid or two. I think it's just one. Now up here, several houses down, there's a fenced-in yard, and they also have this big-ass dog. Oh yeah, there's two. They're just throwing the ball back and forth. Damn cold air makes me freaking spill a lot. So like, this is big ass dog up here. And although I am used to it, that dog always scares the shit out of me. So actually on the next street over. So that's when I said several. Yeah. It's actually on the corner at the end of this street. Well, block. Because we got another intersection coming up. And then it's at this intersection. If the dog is out, like, even if I see the dog, I don't know what it is. It always scares the shit out of me. Because it's a big ass dog and a tiny ass fence. So like, I don't know if it can slide under or go over, you know what I mean? So, oh, that's nice of her. She pulled up so I could walk by. So this yard right here, I don't know if the dog's out or not, but it always like, see, this fence looks tiny, and the dog is almost about the damn size of the damn fence. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but if it was to stand up on its hind two legs, son of a bitch probably as tall as me. We got a squirrel up in the tree. Eating a nut. And this is where we're going to come to the end of our street for the walk, guys. Because we're going to walk down that way. And I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy some things. And I'm going to give my cousin a call. So I always like to have my hands free, you know what I mean? So that said, thanks for joining me on this walk. I appreciate you all that's followed. I appreciate everybody that's been hanging out. WT_2005. Thanks for the conversation. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys all either tomorrow when I do my other daily walk stream, or later tonight when I'll probably be playing some more StarCraft 2. Have a good one.